Hi friends, welcome to Jennifer Parsley Wellness. Today is day 40 of my journey to release 30 pounds in the first 3 months of 2023. That would be awesome, or however long it takes. At age 50 is also part of it, and that's going to play into what I'm going to talk about today. And I think it has to do with being in my 50s, being in menopause, and I'm hitting a wall, y'all. I have been hitting a wall with fasting for 23 hours a day, eating just one big meal a day, fitting it all into one hour window. I know Julie from Protective Diet that I talk about, one of my weight loss mentors. That's how she slimmed down to the low end of the BMI, and she's been what she calls day fasting for like 5 years now. And that's great. Every time I try it, it's too intense for my body. And so my advice when I work with clients, and like I said at the very beginning of this, I'm taking all the coaching that I give to my health coaching clients or any of the work that I do, mindset, Psych K, Healing Touch, anything that could be helpful, and I'm giving it to myself as well. And so I always say to listen to your body and do what feels good. If it starts feeling bad, if it's not working for you, then you need to make some adjustments. And I reached that point with this fasting. Like I was fasting in like a nice little 4 to 6 hour window. And then I don't know, I think I lost 1.2 pounds one week. And then I like panicked. I'm like, I need to fast more. If some is good, more is better. Not good when you get into that kind of desperate grasping for straws mode. Not good. So yeah, what I'm noticing is when I say hitting a wall is it's too much blood sugar fluctuation for me. I get so super duper hungry in the afternoons, and I I start making the dinner, and I make all these courses for the dinner, and it's like if Simon's not even home from work until later, which he's been working a ton and getting home like closer to 7 than 6:30, and I'm just like ready to eat the paint off the walls, and he comes home, he doesn't even have a second to breathe and go get changed, and I'm like, let's have dinner. Where have you been? Let's have dinner. Because my blood sugar has plummeted so low, and I can feel this in my body, and I've always tended to have low blood sugar. It's something that's in my family a bit. We tend to be hypoglycemic, um, versus this is my mom's genetics, my mom's side of the family. Some of my aunts have had real big issues with having to eat more often to keep their blood sugar up. And when I've had mine tested, I used to, in my corporate days, those wellness checkups, sometimes I'd if my appointment wasn't till later in the day, and they test my blood sugar, and they're like, girl, you need to eat, your blood sugar is too low. And I'm like, I know, get me out of here from this fasted blood test so I can have something to eat. So for me, my blood sugar drops even like below normal blood sugars if I haven't eaten in way too long. And then also after I eat like one big feast meal, like I've been lying on the couch and like I can't even keep my eyes open, and it's like 7 o'clock, and it's like that's an insulin response. And the insulin is like coming in, and the blood sugar's rising from all that food I ate, and there's tons of insulin flooding me, and I feel like now I come from this way too low a dip, and then it swings up way too high, and then I go to bed and I'm like not feeling good. So the other big part of me hitting a wall is, one part is these wild blood sugar swings. The other big part is insomnia. Insomnia is back. It's making me crazy. I was feeling really good in January. In the first few weeks, say 2 to 3 weeks of this, I was feeling really good when I was kind of detoxing, getting things out of my system, taking a break from the alcohol, eating in like a 4 to 6 hour window, having my whole grain oats and different things. And I was sleeping great. Like Simon even noticed it because He's been living with this menopausal woman. I went into full-blown menopause at age 46. So I'm like 4 to 5 years into this thing. And the hot flashes and the night sweats and having the fan on and all of it. And I was feeling a lot better. Like the detoxing, getting back to my whole food, plant-based roots, not sneaking in any dairy, not going out too much. And he noticed how much, and I noticed as well. I was totally sleeping through the night. It was easy for me to get up earlier. Well, lately in the last week or so, I would say in the last week for sure, I've been wide awake at 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes maybe even a little bit before, 2 to 4 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely wide awake to where I know, I get up, go to the bathroom. That's fine. I was doing that before, and I would go right back to sleep and sleep until like 6:30, which I'm trying to get up earlier. That's when I want to get up. I don't want to get up between 2 and 4 o'clock. And I just know, like I have it's a bad habit, but I have my headphones and my phone beside the bed, and I've been doing that for, I don't know, a year or two, because I know when I'm wide awake like that, I don't want to get up. I don't want to go do something at 2, 3. And so I would listen to podcasts or YouTube videos, sometimes listen to meditations that sort of lull me back to sleep. But it's never good sleep when you have that gap when you're awake and maybe you do fall asleep. And then the only time I've been sleeping lately is about 7 o'clock. Simon's getting ready to leave and I'm like, oh, I need another hour of sleep. That puts my whole day behind. You get the picture. Insomnia. Now, insomnia, do I think is related possibly a little bit from this trying to eat in a 1 hour window because of how I wasn't feeling great with such a big meal and that big like insulin surge in my body. Anytime your hormones are like going, and insulin's a hormone, are wildly fluctuating or like overly flooding your body, at least for me, it makes me feel a little sick, like a little nauseous and a little off and like, oh, no energy and like, I've got to go to bed. Now, Julie talks about in Protective Diet for her and her husband, like they put off their meal, sometimes till 9 o'clock at night, and they make sure they don't have anything else to do in the evening, and then they somehow like that feeling of getting tired, and then, but then they, she says she just closes her eyes, knocked out 10 o'clock, and like sleeps till 5:30 or 6. That's great. She's getting the amount of sleep she needs. Not me. So I think maybe the surge of insulin might be part of it. But another thing I have identified in this is know your body. Know your body's response. Think about what you're eating, drinking, doing throughout your day. If you make some changes, like I've been making quite a few changes through this process to optimize and reach my lower BMI goal this year. Just pulling out all the stops, everything that I know about weight loss and coaching for weight loss, mindset, like let's pull it all together and optimize exactly what I need. And that's what I'm doing for myself. And so knowing my body, really observing each of these changes and what's been the impact, I've noticed that I've talked a little bit in the posts on Instagram and Facebook, Jennifer Parsley Wellness. I post pictures of what I eat and descriptions of what I eat, which are practically recipes so you can see. And I put the resources on all of these videos down below for where I get absolutely the bulk of my recipes, which is getmealplans.com, protectivediet.com, happyherbivore.com, and I'll add in today medicalmedium.com. I'm going to start using some of those dessert recipes because I discovered my body cannot tolerate erythritol. And Julie's all the Protective Diet recipes, almost all of the Protective Diet dessert recipes, even some of the salad dressings and things, use this erythritol sweetener. She did research from Dr. Greger. What's Dr. Greger's nutrition facts? Nutritionfacts.org or nutrition facts on Dr. Greger Nutrition Facts on YouTube. He puts a ton of stuff out. Julie did the research, and of all of these 0-calorie sweeteners, erythritol is probably one of the best. It's been around since the 1800s. It's been studied. It doesn't do things like xylitol. She always talks about, you know, the research that she did, and if Dr. Greger approves it, then she wanted something to work with to make her desserts, and she doesn't believe in or doesn't want to use what some people would consider more natural sweeteners like dates and maple syrup and coconut sugar and things like that. Things beyond white sugar, but other sweeteners. She doesn't want to use those. And so that's cool. That's what she developed for her program. But I am now noticing, I think all of the protective diet desserts that I've been having in the last week or two, when I switched to that type of cooking from the Happy Herbivore, I feel thirsty. I feel like my face is puffy. I feel almost like a hungover feeling, sometimes a little headache. I have to drink a lot more water. And we're talking what the amount that I would have in a dessert might be anywhere from like a tablespoon or two to at the most a quarter cup, but I don't even think that much. A tablespoon or two in the amount of dessert that I would have. And I get that feeling. And when I wake up at 2 or 3, it's that I'm like thirsty, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got it. I got that message from my higher self. Actually, last night, not this past night, but the night before, both nights, I didn't sleep for crap. And and I'm like, what is this? What is this? And the message is coming through very clearly. Your body cannot handle this erythritol. So I'm going to listen to my higher self. I'm going to listen to those gentle nudges, messages to move in a different direction. And I am back to Happy Herbivore desserts and Medical Medium, which is another source of recipes. Those recipes use some oil, and I'm not sure how my body is going to react to that, but we'll see. And so I'm also, to fix these two things, my wild blood sugar swings and my body can't tolerate erythritol, moving forward, I am going back to a 4 to 6 hour eating window. So fasting 18 to 20 hours, something like that, even 16 would be fine. Our Valentine's Day and our anniversary are coming up, and we may go out for a meal, and I want to be able to fit things like that into my lifestyle. And I think I want to be able to fit a glass of wine or a nice craft beer in my lifestyle. I took it all out for a bit, and now I'm not even halfway to my goal. We'll see. I just am a constant experimenter. I think it's the engineer brain that I have. If any of y'all are new to my channel, my original career, my education, I'm a chemical engineer. I did almost 20 years in the chemical industry. My engineer brain is always experimenting. Can I try this? How is that going to impact my weight loss? And now the cool thing is I'm looking at how is it going to impact me holistically? Not only how is it going to impact my weight, how is it going to impact how I sleep, how I feel, like those little weird puffy hangover signals or headaches, or feeling crazy, like the blood sugar swing. It's like everything I'm optimizing is how I feel completely, holistically, body, mind, spirit. Which is awesome that I've reached this place in my life that it all has to be there. It's all important. So I am going to open up that eating window. I'm going to have some sort of like snack or late lunch. Today I am going back to, can you see my stuff over here? I'll come show you. Today I'm going back to my absolute favorite, because I think this will be a good way to ease into eating a little earlier, is with my steel cut oats with some raisins, a little bit of maple syrup, and some cinnamon. And yeah, and that is so filling for me. It's so satisfying. It's chewy, those chewy, nutty steel cut oats. I'm gonna have that at about 3 o'clock today. Simon's going cycling this evening, so we need to eat a little bit earlier. I'm making big, you can see all those potatoes back there. I'm making mashed potato bowls with salad. This is a protective diet idea of Julie's, is a big bowl of healthy mashed potatoes, kind of cheesy with nutritional yeast, salt, pepper, a little bit of parsley and soy milk for creaminess. And we're gonna make mashed potatoes, and then we mix up a salad, and I'm gonna use my yogurt-based ranch dressing. And now I'm having to think of everything I have on hand, like already made. Does it have erythritol in it? If it does, I can't have it. I'm just gonna have to get rid of it. Like I have half a batch of an Asian vinaigrette salad dressing that had that in it. Gonna have to get rid of it. I've got some lemon poppy seed muffins and icing I just made last night. I'll ask Simon if he wants it, and I don't think he's had any issues with the erythritol. So if he wants those, he can finish them. The last of my berry crumble, things that you're seeing on Instagram and Facebook, Jennifer Parsley Wellness, when you see the pictures of everything I eat, some of those things were these sugar-free desserts made with the erythritol. I can't have any more of those. But that's okay, I have tons of great recipe resources, and I will be making desserts that are sweetened with maybe a little bit of maple syrup, agave, coconut sugar. I have all of these things in my house from different ways that I cook. Now I'm paying extra super close attention to how each of these recipes impact my body, or things like going out to a restaurant, what I choose, and drinks. I think I'm gonna start introducing possibly our Valentine's Day and our anniversary. We're gonna celebrate after I'm taking a little trip to Michigan. You'll see me traveling again to take care of my mommy. Love my mommy. She needs a little assistance with financial things these days. And so I'm going up to help her get all her ducks in a row there. And you'll see what I do when I travel, take this Jennifer Parsley Wellness on the road. But once I come back from that, our wedding anniversary, 9-year wedding anniversary this year, but we've been together 18 years in the spring, is February 22nd. And so we're talking about going out like the Saturday after our anniversary, since I'll be in Michigan. And I think I don't know, I think I just want to go out, maybe have a glass of wine. We'll see. Progress, not perfection, is always my motto. I work with clients on that. And I don't demand perfection or 100%. You must like get rid of anything in your way of eating. If it works for your body, for your lifestyle, for reaching your goals, that's kind of how I judge it. Like, is this helping me reach my goals? Is this stopping me from reaching my goals? How does it feel? How does it impact my sleep? Things like that. Already talked about that. All right. So I'm gonna have my oats at about 3 o'clock today because we have to have dinner at around 6. I'm having my mashed potato bowls with my salad with my ranch dressing, and I'm not gonna have any other type of dessert. Simon can. This is this sweetened steel cut oats with a little bit of maple syrup and cinnamon and raisins. That amount of sweetness feels like I had a dessert today. So yeah, I'm gonna have an eating window that's more like 4 hours today, and that feels good for my body, and that is my plan moving forward. So you'll see some sort of lunch or snack introduced, and then a separate dinner, and I'll probably tone down and have a slightly smaller dinner since I'm eating in the afternoon as well. And I'm getting rid of the erythritol. Goodbye erythritol. Back to other types of healthy desserts, and I absolutely do intend to avoid white sugar because I feel that gives me that weird puffy hangover feeling as well. But some of the other natural sweeteners, coconut sugar, maple syrup, don't tend to do that to me. It's all very personal, is one of the points that I'm trying to get to today. Exercise. I went to the gym yesterday and did a 45-minute leg workout. I can feel it. I can feel it in my glutes today. Today will just be a dog walk. I'm wearing a t-shirt because it is going to be 72 degrees in Charlotte today. We've been having some beautiful warm weather here. I'm going to take Riley for a walk. That'll be my exercise today, and then get back to the gym tomorrow. I think it's a back workout is next. I'm doing more. I'm using Naturally Stephanie, which I always link in the resources below if you're interested in the types of workouts I do. I finally got everything sorted out, and I'm on to her new app, and she had a New Year challenge, which is like 30 days of workouts. Now I'm only doing three a week, so it's going to last me multiple months to do those, but they're longer workouts. They're longer strength training workouts. They're more like 45 minutes. So on days that I have the time, I'm doing the whole thing. Days I need to shorten it, they're set up into different little sets of exercises. Maybe I'll do fewer exercises on days when I have to get out of there faster. And then the last thing I wanted to talk to y'all about is my hair. You see me doing lots of updos, and this is just, I don't know, if anybody's still interested, want to hear about a little bit about natural hair care, keep listening. If not, if you're just here for the food, the exercise, the health coaching kind of information, awesome. It was great seeing you. Feel free to give a thumbs up. Subscribe down below for regular updates on my whole health and healing journey, my releasing weight journey. Subscribe if you haven't. That would be awesome. Leave any comments or questions down below for those who are interested in natural hair care. And this is just part of Jennifer Parsley Wellness. I am always trying to do things in a more natural way, which is so funny that I'm a chemical engineer and I'm trying to get rid of all the chemicals in my life. Cracks me up. But I worked in the chemical plant. I had plenty of exposure. I don't need any more in my home. Oh boy, they're firing up the construction. Hopefully you can't hear that. Lately, my hair is quite long these days. I started growing just letting my hair grow, stretching out the time in between haircuts, and my hair is, I don't know, probably like almost bra strap length, which is probably the longest I've ever had my hair. My hair is very fine, straight hair. It tends to be a little bit thin. It's not super thin. I don't feel like it's totally like thinning, balding. So I have a good amount of fine, long hair. And then lately I've been thinking, I don't know if I like the look of this. Am I gonna cut it again? And I was looking at different videos, older videos of myself when I was getting on the TMS information. And I watched my story, my hair was more like shoulder length. I'm like, oh, that looked nice. Do I wanna cut my hair? Anyways, back and forth. And then somehow, the magic of social media, like YouTube was putting these videos up for me of this woman who was doing old-fashioned hair care, natural hair care from the 1800s. And I don't know why I was just like riveted by this information. And she'd grown her hair to waist length. And she had really curly, almost kinky kind of hair, and managed to grow, and struggled with her hair, or not liking it, or damaged, whatever, all her life. And her hair is the healthiest it's ever been with these 1800s old-fashioned hair care. Then I found another one. She's called the Pretty Shepherd, and she has knee-length hair, and she has all of these hair care techniques. And then she's only washing her hair like once a month, but it looks good. It's fine. It's healthy, and I'm just riveted by these natural hair care things and these women who are growing their hair like to these lengths of what it used to be back in the 1800s, and so they do a lot of updos to protect their hair during the day. So then I've been researching updos. I like this one today. I think it reminds me of gymnasts or ice skate. The first thing I thought of was figure skaters. I used to love watching figure skating when I was a little girl, and it reminds me of these little figure skaters or the gymnasts. And it was just a fun little way of like putting up in two little ponies and then looping it all around each other. But that, anyways, the whole point of putting your hair up like this during the day, and you've been seeing me with the little messy buns, is to protect the end of the hair as it grows longer and longer and longer. And I'm also researching how to grow thicker hair. I'm massaging my scalp a little bit more. I'm using some, I'm gonna look into some of these like hair oil combinations that they're using instead of hairspray, getting rid of the products. And I had been washing my hair all my life. I washed and conditioned my hair. Every day is just what we did in my household. You know, you took the shower, you washed and conditioned your hair. And then only recently, my hairstylist, but back in Memphis and here, started talking to me about washing my hair less. And they're like, it's really not that healthy for your hair. And so I got into a habit of washing my hair twice a week. And I tried to go once a week, and then I was like, oh, this is too gross, I can't do it. And now I'm to the point where I am down to once a week, and I start talking to other women about this, and it's like, it's much, much more common. It's like we're coming back to the old ways of doing things. And a lot of people that I've talked to, oh yeah, they're not washing their hair as often either. And it's so intriguing me, this woman, this pretty shepherd who washes her hair once a month. I don't know that I'll ever get there. But then they're also talking about getting rid of shampoos because they're harsh and they strip your hair. I'm not that far yet, but I am learning, and I am trying to protect. It's very important to protect the ends of your hair. So if they're rubbing up against your shirt, or when I sit down up against the couch and rubbing up against jackets and everything all day long, that's like splitting and damaging the ends of my hair. So I'm trying to tuck it up. Maybe not every day. I do like to have my hair down and pretty and curled. But I'm keeping this in mind now, protecting my hair. So because my goal is going to see if I can grow it thicker, grow it longer, and maybe get rid of things like hairspray. My husband has never liked my hairspray habit. I mean, I grew up in the 80s. I was a teen in the 80s, y'all. I had Aquanet. I had Rave #4. The white cans of Aquanet. I mean, I had John Bon Jovi hair. I certainly did have John Bon Jovi hair. The perms, and I just like sprayed it up. And I've toned it down to where I only use non-aerosol, just pump hairspray. But even so, I can see how that is damaging and builds up. And some of these natural hair care ladies, they use like oil common, and I've been using that a little bit to smooth my hair, a little bit of avocado oil, and it's like almost does the same thing as hairspray, and it's fabulous and amazing. My hair tends to be naturally dry. My scalp, I don't think, generates very much oil, and so using a little bit of avocado oil to smooth, no problem. And what else was I? I'm just so interested. Oh, brushing less, or using some of these more natural brushes to bring your natural oils all the way down to the ends to protect. But like I said, my hair tends to be dry, so I'm not that worried about the oil. I need to like protect and actually add some in the ends, and I've been doing that. And then one of these natural hair care ladies was talking about, she doesn't, the shepherd one, she only washes her hair once a month, and she doesn't even brush her hair. She just finger combs, both of them, even the very curly haired woman, they finger comb, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can see how all that brushing, running, that I have a big paddle brush, or blow drying with the brush, like I can see how that would be damaging and breaking. And so this week I've just been finger combing my hair. But anyways, oh my gosh, I've talked so long about this hairdo and natural hair care. It's just, I don't know, it's my interest in life, is how to do things more naturally, how to stay healthy, stay happy in a very natural way, and hence the wellness information that I love to provide for y'all. So anyways, those who were interested, I hope you got some good information. I will maybe keep adding a few updates about natural hair care and how that's going for me, and if I can get my hair to be thicker and longer and feel good naturally without all the products. I'm going to research this no poo thing next, which is no shampoo. I don't know if I'm ready for it, but I'm going to start doing the research and do the experiments just like I do with my food, my diet, my weight loss, exercise, the gym. Like, I just love to dig in and do the research and see where it can take me. Okay, friends, that is it for today, and I will talk to you soon.